All right, let's look at homework exercise number 1 from section 8.1. We have expressed the given fraction as a percent. Okay, to do the fraction as a percent, simply take the numerator, divide by the denominator, get the decimal, and then move it 2 places to the right, or multiply by 100. So you take the numerator, 5, divided by the denominator, 6 in this case, 0.8333, and then you multiply by 100, or move it over 2 places to the right. There's not a percent key on the calculator. So to the nearest hundredth is 2 decimal places, so 83.333. The third decimal is a 3, so we would keep it as the second decimal is a 3, so it would be 83.33. All right, 0.58 as a percent. To move a decimal to a percent, you move it 2 places to the right. So move it over 1, 2, or you end up multiplying by 100. So 0.58 times 100 gives you 58%. All right, again, 0.9642. Multiply by 100, 0.9642 times 100, or move it 2 places to the right, and you get 96.42. Write the decimal as a percent. Now when you're given a decimal, you move it to the left, or you divide by 100. So 85 divided by 100, and you get 0.85. So the decimal's there 1, 2 places over. Oh, I'm sorry, write the decimal as a percent. So 85, you move it 2 places to the right. Again, it's a decimal. I'm thinking it the other way, so it's a decimal. So 85 times 100, and that would be 8,500%. Okay, I was doing it the other way, sorry. That's a decimal. I was thinking it was a percent, but it is a decimal, so you move it to the right again. Okay, now, given the percent, you express the given percent as a decimal. This time you go ahead and move it to the left 2 places, or divide by 100. So 34 divided by 100, because percent means per 100. So moving it to the left 1, 2, it would be 0.34. Homework exercise 6, 908%. Move it over 2 places, 1, 2, and we would get 9.08, right? So the decimal would be 9.08. Now this one's a little bit tricky. Be careful, number 7. 5/8 of a percent. This is not changing a fraction. This is already a percent. So take 5, divide by 8, and you get 0.625. Now notice, that is the 5 divided by 8 it's 0.625, but it's already a percent. Okay, it is a percent. So now to get into a decimal, you divide by 100, or you move it 2 more places to the left. So you'd have to go ahead and add 2 zeros. So it'd be 0.00652. Notice 5/8 is less than 1. So it should be less than 1%. 1% is 0.01, right? Where you see here 0.00652 is less than 0.01. Again, this is just about a 0.6 of a percent, or 0.652%. That's less than 1%, so you move it over 2 places, so you should get a very small number as a decimal, and of course it is 0.00652. So be careful there. We're not changing the fraction to a percent. It's already given a percent. So then the answer is, you take 0.625, you divide by 100, or move it over 2 more places, right, like what we did, and so you do end up with 0.00625. All right, very good. use the formula, the amount is the percentage times the base to answer the following question. What is 5% of 400? So we're missing here the amount, right? We're missing the value, the amount. The percentage, when you're doing an equation, you change it to a decimal. So 5%, move it over 2 places, would be what? 12.05. You multiply by the base, the total, which is 400, and there's your answer. So in this case, the amount is, the percent is a decimal point 0.05 times 400. So we'll go ahead and do that on our calculator. 0.05 times 400, and we get 20. Homework number 9, exercise number 9. Suppose that the local tax rate, sales tax rate is 6%, you purchase a car for $16,200. How much tax is paid? Again, you're doing what? You're taking the amount of tax is the percentage as a decimal, 6% as a decimal, we move it over 2 places, would be 0.06, and then times the total amount, which is 16,200. So obviously we can do that on our calculator. So we get 0.06 times the total, 16,200. We get $972. So the amount of taxes, $972. What's the total cost? Well, the cost of the car alone is what? 16,200, right? Plus we add on the tax, which we just figured out was 972. So that would bring the total cost to $17,172. Add the cost and the tax to get the total. All right, let's go ahead and do this one. What percent of 2.5 is 0.5? So what percent? So we're taking X percent of means multiply of 2.5 is equal to 0.5. Okay, so what percent of means multiply of 2.5 equals 0.5? So now we would divide both sides by 2.5. So that gives us a coefficient, that just gives us 1. So the X percent is 0.5 divided by 2.5. So we'll do that on our calculator. So, and then we'll have to move the decimal over. So 0.5 divided by 2.5. Oops, I don't think I put in 0.5. It's got 0.5 there, that's better, divided by 2.5. Okay, gives us 0.2. We want a percent, so multiply by 100, and we get 20%. An exercise machine with an original price of $720 is on sale at 7% off. What is the discount amount? Again, the amount is what? The percent as a decimal, so 7% is 0.07 times the total, $720. So that would give us the discount amount. So we'll do it on our calculator. 7% as a decimal, of course, move it over 2 places, 0.07. 0.07 times $720. And the amount of discount is $50.40. What's the sale price? Well, the original price is $720. We're going to subtract off the amount, the discount amount, which is $50.40, and we're left with a total of $669.60. Okay, so we took the discount amount, subtracted it from the original price, which was $720, and that gives us the sale price. All right, number 12, the circle graph shows a breakdown of spending for the average household using 365 days worked as a basis of comparison. What percentage of work time does the average household spend for paying federal taxes? Okay, so let's go ahead and find out how much time is spent for federal taxes. If we look, oh, there it is. Federal taxes is right here. It's 73 days, right? So the amount of time for federal taxes is how much divided by the total, right? The percent is the amount divided by total, and again, of course, total is for the entire year 365. So we'll divide these two and then multiply by 100 to turn it into a percent. So it's 73 days out of a total of 365. So we'll do that on our calculator. 73 for federal divided by the total, 365 days in a year, when we get exactly 0.2 times 100, or move it over two places, and we would get exactly 20%. Okay, question number 13. The table shows data about one of the fastest growing U.S. jobs by the number of 2,000 employees and expected employees in 2014. Find the percent increase to the nearest tenth of a percent. Okay, the percent increase or decrease, the formula is you take the latest period, so the latest minus previous. You subtract and you divide by the previous, and then to change it into a percent, you multiply by 100. So the latest value in this case is in 2014 is 156,000. The previous was 60, and you divide by the previous and then multiply by 100. So you find the difference and divide always by the previous. That's the formula, percent increase or percent decrease. So if we do that, we get 156 minus 60. Get the answer. So hit enter. Divide by the previous, which we said was 60. So again, you can see it's more than the previous. It's higher. It's more than ones, right? So then multiply it, so it's going to be more than 100%, right? Because it's more than the original number, the increase. So multiply by 100, we would get a percent increase of 160%. Again, latest minus previous, divide by previous, and then you multiply by 100 to get the corresponding percent. We're going to go ahead and stop this session here. If you have any questions, send me an email at tswierz@hodges.edu, TSWIERSZ, or call me at 239-938-7805. Thank you.